Earth could be unrecognizable, dominated by volcanoes, buried under ice, or something even stranger. And what about humans? Would we still be here, or would we have moved out to other planets or even galaxies? Let's take a journey to find out what our distant future might hold. Let's start 10,000 years from now. Humanity will face something called the Deca Millennium Bug, a futuristic Y2K style problem where our date encoding systems won't recognize years with more than 4 digits. Hopefully, we'll be prepared to handle it without widespread panic. By this point, human genetic traits like skin color and hair color will have fully blended worldwide, making us a far more unified-looking species. This blending may mean that humanity's differences will be less about appearance and more about character and culture. 20,000 years in, the languages we speak today will have transformed so much that we'd hardly recognize them. Only about 1% of our current vocabulary would survive, meaning today's Here's an extended version to adapt and maintain engagement. Imagine leaping 1 billion years into the future. Conversations would sound like ancient history. At 50,000 years, Earth will enter another ice age. Niagara Falls will erode all the way back to Lake Erie, changing the landscape of North America. And as Earth's rotation continues to slow over millennia, our days will grow slightly longer, about 1 second longer every 50,000 years, so there will be a bit more time each day. In 250,000 years, Hawaii's volcanic Loihi seamount will finally rise above the ocean, forming a new island. But 500,000 years from now, Earth might face a catastrophic impact from an asteroid over a kilometer wide. The collision would create a crater hundreds of kilometers across, filling the atmosphere with debris and triggering massive wildfires, potentially making the air toxic and plunging us into darkness. If humanity hasn't developed a robust planetary defense system by then, we may face an extinction-level event. 1 million years from now, another supervolcano could erupt, pouring out enough lava to fill much of the Grand Canyon. A super eruption would release ash clouds that could block sunlight for years, causing temperatures to plummet and likely disrupting global ecosystems. Around this time, the red supergiant star Betelgeuse will go supernova, becoming so bright it'll be visible from Earth, even during the day. 2 million years into the future, it's possible humans won't just be living on Earth anymore. We might have colonized the solar system, creating settlements on Mars, in the asteroid belt, and perhaps on the moons of Jupiter and Saturn. With the challenges of adapting to new planetary environments, humanity may begin to evolve into new species, suited to the unique conditions of each world. So if our descendants are still around, they could look vastly different from us. 10 million years from now, tectonic shifts will split eastern Africa, forming a new ocean basin. As continents drift and collide, the face of the planet will continue to change. In 50 million years, Africa will meet Eurasia, closing off the Mediterranean Sea entirely and creating a towering new mountain range. This range could even include a peak higher than Everest. Mars, meanwhile, may also change. One of its moons will likely collide with the planet, forming a ring system similar to Saturn's. At 100 million years, Earth will be at risk again, as another asteroid similar in size to the one that killed the dinosaurs might strike. The impact could create global devastation, challenging any life forms that remain. Moving forward to 250 million years, the continents will drift together to form another supercontinent, named Pangaea Ultima. This landmass will alter global weather patterns, possibly leading to extreme deserts and monsoons. In 500 million years, Pangaea Ultima will start to break apart again, and other catastrophic events may threaten life on Earth. A gamma ray burst from a distant supernova, if aimed directly at Earth, could strip away much of our ozone layer and trigger a mass extinction. 600 million years from now, the moon will have drifted so far from Earth that total solar eclipses will no longer be possible. Meanwhile, the sun's increasing brightness will begin to evaporate our oceans, and without water, the carbon cycle that drives plate tectonics could stop altogether. By 800 million years in the future, carbon dioxide levels will have dropped to such low levels that plants will struggle to survive, making photosynthesis impossible. Without photosynthesis, oxygen will disappear from the atmosphere, and complex life on Earth will face extinction. Finally, in 1 billion years, Earth will be a very different world. The sun's brightness will have increased by 10%, raising average global temperatures to around 47 degrees Celsius. The heat will cause the last remaining pockets of water to evaporate, leaving Earth as a scorching, barren planet. The atmosphere will feel like a damp greenhouse, thick and stifling, and any remaining water will only exist as small patches at the poles. Life as we know it will have vanished. If humanity survives at all, we'll likely be living on other planets or perhaps even other star systems. When you step out of your time machine, Earth will look nothing like the home you remember. With its high temperatures, lack of water, and unbreathable air, it will be uninhabitable. Humanity, if still around, will likely be exploring new worlds, far from the cradle where it all began. And who knows? Maybe in those distant worlds, we'll find other forms of intelligent life or have become something completely different ourselves.